Every SOLIDWORKS user spends a lot of time touching, playing with, and maybe even arguing with the Feature Manager for parts, assemblies, and drawings. It may be one of those areas in SOLIDWORKS that we all take for granted and muddle our way through its use. Today, I'd like to show you my top 4 features of the Feature Manager that I believe everyone should know. First up is the FeatureManager Filter. This little gem has been around since SOLIDWORKS 2008 and is probably my favorite Feature Manager tool, as it allows me to search names of files, features, sketches, materials, and even custom properties in every configuration. I love how it hides parts in an assembly as soon as I begin typing. Even with a great PDM vault, sometimes you open an assembly and just can't manage to sort through the sea of part number names in the Feature Manager. Isn't this great? I can filter for various materials, such as steel or nylon, and SOLIDWORKS will isolate the parts using just those materials. Number 2 is the FeatureManager Tree display control. The control isn't new, but there's a new option that will help with that late afternoon computer eye strain. New to SOLIDWORKS 2017 is the ability to clean up the word clutter of configuration and display state names. Look at all those default and display state 1 values in there. A quick right mouse click at the top of the tree and you can set this to only show configuration and display state names if they're actually created. Let's take one more look of a comparison just for good measure and appreciate a clean Feature Manager tree. Third is a simple keyboard shortcut. You're touching parts in the graphics area because, well, you really just can't resist it. You're having a great time dragging parts to see how their mates are working, and then you realize the Feature Manager tree is a mile long. You could just right mouse click in the Feature Manager dead space for collapse items, or simply hit Shift C and it will collapse itself. I use Shift C keyboard shortcuts as often as I do Control Q for rebuilds. Last up is the freeze bar. Here I have a large part that takes roughly 6.5 minutes to rebuild. Ugh. Let's enable our freeze bar first because I don't need to rebuild all of these patterns after I've completed them and while I'm adding cosmetic features. This will certainly help lower rebuild times. Introduced in SOLIDWORKS 2012, this tool allows you to freeze features much like suppressing them from the top down. Think of this as the rollback bar upside down. Wow, now I have it down to 18 seconds. So there you have my top 4 Feature Manager tools. The Filter, Tree Display Control, Shift C, and Feature Freeze. Thanks for joining us and we'll see you next time.